What's up, guys? Welcome back to Back Road Driver.
We're the Miser Brothers. I'm Sam.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to fix a common problem, especially if you use an automatic drive-through car wash. And this applies to definitely the 21 F150, all the F150s before it, your Expedition, your Explorer. It applies to a lot of cars.
So here's what we're talking about. You've got these pillars on the outside of your F150, your Expeditions, your Explorers, all those vehicles from Ford, and a lot of other manufacturers also have these black, piano black plastic pillars right here. And all it takes is one little tiny branch on a trail running down through here. I've got a couple of those from where I've been up in the woods.
5,000 miles on the truck.
6,000 now, but yeah.
Brand new.
Been through the car wash a couple times. You can see some really fine scratches in there, you know, everywhere. So that lets me know that they're definitely from the car wash. But, you know, I had this same problem back on my 2015 F150. There's just nothing you could do to keep these from scratching, and I've tried polishing it out before, and it does okay, but how many times can you do that before you go through some layer of this plastic to where you screw it up and you've got a big blemish in there? Then what we've got today to fix this issue is a brand new product by the OCD Plug, and what they have is gloss black or matte black, whichever one you choose. And they can do this if you have the keypad on the other side for the entry or not. Order it however you want, and it's going to be some paint protection film that's custom cut out to go right on here. It's going to stay gloss because anytime you're out in the sun, guys, PPF self-heals, and so it's going to stay shiny and looking good for the life of your vehicle. So when you get the kit from the OCD Plug, here's what you're going to come in a box. These are going to be rolled up, and you're going to get these. They're labeled. It's cut into here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. This says passenger right, so it's PR.
Yep.
And PF, DF, and DR, so you know which side you're going. Right here we were talking about, mine is cut out for the keypad, so it's going to fit. You also get a squidgy, and you're going to want to use this soft felt side on this stuff. It will self-heal out in the sun, or if you use a hair dryer, but you don't want to scratch it if you can. You get some instructions, and you also get a spray mist bottle. And what that's for, you're going to go get some Dawn dish soap or baby soap, something like that. Put a drop or two in this bottle, and that's going to be a solution that's going to go on these pieces when you put them on, allow you to slide them around and get them in the exact spot you want. And when you squidgy it out, you get no bubbles, and it's going to look good. Brad, tell them a little bit more about PPF. How does that work?
Thanks for asking, Sam. I'm excited to tell you about PPF. I'm just kidding. PPF is a product that is similar to vinyl, whereas vinyl, and we've got two wrap Mustangs in here, pan over and show them. If we scratch those, there's a big scratch in it. And then we drive out in the sun, it does not heal. They're screwed up, they're jacked. If you scratch PPF, it's a thicker self-healing film, and at a high enough temperature, which is just something that your car will be parked in at a normal parking lot, it will actually heal itself. Meaning the material will actually melt back together and be nice and clean and just perfect looking again. You can wrap, and you've probably seen a lot of people wrap cars with PPF, like the whole front clip or something. They pay a couple grand and get that on the front of their bumpers. Rocks hit, and the rock doesn't actually go into the paint. It might nick into the PPF a little bit. Go back out with a hair dryer or just out into the sun, and that place will heal itself. This is black PPF, so it's going to match the piano right here. You're not even going to be able to tell, probably when we get done, that it has PPF on it, but you're not going to have a bunch of scratches in it. Even after you run it through the car wash, as soon as you get back out in the sun, it's going to take those scratches back out of it. Sam's not even going to prep what he's got here. There's no need to. This film is not translucent. You can't see through it. So when we put it over there, we're basically covering those scratches up. And when he peels this off years later, if he ever does, those scratches will still be there. or you can just leave the PPF on. It's probably a 7-year product, 5 to 7 year product. Is that what you would think, Sam?
Yes, I would think so.
Sam's shaking yes. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to install this here in just a second. We do have a promo code to the OCD Plugs website. It's going to work for anything on their site. It's going to give you 15% off, whether it's these pillars or the matte screen protector that we put on Sam's truck. We'll give you an update on that here in just a few minutes too, so you can see how that's held up over the last month and a half since we put it on there. If you have another brand of vehicle, that code is still going to get you a discount off of that kit, and that company has a ton of little PPF pieces that you can put in different trouble spots on your vehicle, and they just got a lot of neat products.
Here's the bottle they sent. Put some water in here, leave it a little bit so you can still shake it. Put just a little bit of soap in. I mean just a little bit, a drop or two. Probably 2 for a bottle this size. Shake it up. And that's going to be your solution to allow this to slide around and install it properly. The first thing you're going to want to prep the area, clean the windows off, clean this real good, use a microfiber, get it as clean as you possibly can. You don't want any dust particles or anything on there because they could show. Next thing you're going to do,
You're going to clean this window too.
Clean this window or this one. I'm going to use this window. So I'm going to spray some solution on here. I'm going to stick this up here, and that's going to hold it in place for me so I can peel that off here in a minute and have my hands free. So now what we're going to do is wet the pillar. Make sure you get good coverage. Have your squidgy handy. And then you're going to want to spray the outside of the film. And I want to go ahead and spray my fingers a little bit. So you're going to be touching the back. That's just going to give you a little bit more forgivability here. You want to peel this back.
You want to spray it while you're peeling it?
You want to get a little bit off. Spray. Get a little bit more. Don't want this to touch. Go ahead, spray the pillar again. Make sure everything's wet.
Dude, it looks the same. It looks just like piano black.
There we go there. Okay. Now, you're going to have just a little gap around the edges. Nothing crazy.
See how easy it slides around?
You got to keep it good and wet. You're going to get it lined up right where you want it.
It's way thicker than regular vinyl, isn't it?
It is. It's very thick. I mean, it's not enormously thick, but you can tell it's got some heft to it. Once you're good with your alignment and you like it, you're going to work everything out from the middle.
You can even put a hand on there and make sure it doesn't slide around when you're squidgying.
And I'm gonna attempt to just do this. Yeah, you don't even have to go from side to side. Okay, I got a little bit. Okay, yeah, it comes right back out. You're good. This just come right down. Make sure you use the felt side of this. It's gonna make it glide a little easier and everything.
Did we end up with the same gap here as we've got up here?
I've got a tiny little bit there, tiny little bit there. Yeah,
Pretty good.
Pretty close.
Side to side looks perfect.
You know, you can rub this down, get your bubbles out. I mean, you're pretty much locked in place at this point. You don't have to sit there and fight it. Once it gets out in the sun, it's going to adhere better and everything.
we're going to get this cleaned up real quick and show you with and without so that you can see the difference, and we're going to see if there's really a good shine difference between the two. Even though this hasn't been outside yet, we're going to see how much better it actually looks. Wow, I can see a big difference, and I don't know how. I think it shows up really well right here. Can you see how much brighter that ceiling light is versus that one? And you can see all these scratches in here. It's definitely like super jet black, and that one comes out like it's got a bunch of colored scratches in it now.
Now there are a few bubbles in this, kind of like when you get your windows tinted. And
right there.
Yeah, and that like there, maybe a couple
Might
down
be down
in here. But like they'll tell you, give it a little bit, let the sun hit it, the moisture will come out, everything will look golden.
And you can tell when I go over here, man, the difference. This is without and this is with. This is jet black, and this has got that funky color where you can see some swirls in it. I'm going to show you Sam's screen protector, the matte protector, give you an update on that. And then I've got a special burnout in the GT500 for Mark Halls. Mark is he was in the first 50 subscribers to the channel. When we're making this video, we've got over 11,000 at this point. But we're going to do a burnout for Mark. Mark just joined up in the National Guard in Idaho, fixing to go to basic, and we're going to do a little burnout. This is something he likes to see, and he's loved watching the Wolf do burnouts on our channel. So Mark, we got that for you in just a second, buddy. So this is OCD Plug's matte screen protector, and you can see the little gloss stripe all the way around it. That's what it looks like without the protector on it. And if you touch that glass without the protector on it, you just see fingerprints. Now, I just opened the door and got right in here. There's a little dust on this, but you can't see any fingerprints. Maybe, oh, no, you can't see any fingerprints on it. And he's just been using it for like the last month and a half. There's no bubbles in it. There's no edges peeling up. Thing's absolutely awesome. I think it's money well spent, and the promo code we're putting down in the description works for this as well from the OCDplug.com.
I still eat hamburgers in my truck, and I still touch my screen, but I don't have big greasy fingerprints on anything anymore, so appreciate it, OCD Plug. One thing to note, you will need to fill this up a couple times with the screen protector on the in the dash. You only needed one bottle, and I think it was even a little smaller bottle, but with this one, you will need to fill it up a couple times to, don't be stingy with the soap water. Use as much as you need to and just fill it up on each piece.
Sam's going to finish that up. We're going to do the other three, then we're going to pull it outside, let the sun hit that, and tell you about any other problems we might have ran into with this installation. We didn't do this in advance. We're actually doing this as we film, so it's really, I think this is probably easier to put on than the screen. The screen being clear PPF, you really had to watch out for every little dust speck. And we may have some dust specks in this. We'll see when we get outside and let the sun hit it for a minute. But we're gonna put these on, check it out, and then I'm gonna do that wicked sick burnout for Mark, and you're gonna see all that here in just a second.
We used to be in the sign business, and I've installed a lot of decals and stickers and that sort of stuff in my day. I tried my own process on the first one. I did notice on their instructions, they say that one swipe, up or down, is perfect. If you start in the middle and work one side up, and then come down here and work the other side down, this is going to stretch just a tad, but that gets a little bit of stretch on the bottom, a little bit of stretch on the top, and you can just work your way from the middle down and from the middle up. Works great, even better than trying to work these out this way and all that kind of stuff. Read the directions and follow them. Now this is piano black. This is nice, clean, still have a few little bubbles where water is trapped under there, but like we said, that's all going to go away. This has been out here a few minutes, warmed up a little bit, and this is going to stay nice and shiny, guys, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's look at the other side real quick.
This is clean. Looks like glass.
So there's a promo code down in the description for 15% off anything at the OCDplug.com. Check that out. And now, Mark Halls, M-A-R-C, here's your burnout, buddy. Everybody give Mark a thanks down in the comments for having some balls, joining up with the National Guard, and let's do this burnout.
I love this car. If I ever mention that, hey, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, Mark. You got a big old set, buddy. Peace out.
Peace.